are we doing here? Like, sir, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm moving on. Like, guys, welcome back to my channel. So I was debating whether or not I wanted to read It Start With Us, mainly because I read End With Us and I got all the closure I needed from that book. But when I heard she was coming out It Start With Us last year, I was kind of excited to read it, but after seeing a couple of reviews, I'm a little bit scared. So I figured, why not start my booktube off by reading It Start With Us with you guys, so you guys can skip my reaction and see how I feel about this book and all of that good stuff. So I'm nervous. I've been hearing this book is just to give you extra closure if you didn't get any closure from It End With Us. Now, mind you, It End With Us is the reason why all these books are on this shelf now, because when I started back reading, it was like the beginning of this year, the very beginning, like January of this year. At first I started out reading Colleen Hoover. I don't even, you can't even see those books up there, but I started off reading a whole bunch of, let me see if I can get you guys up there, a whole bunch of Colleen Hoover books up here, as you can see right here in this corner. I started off reading Colleen Coho books, and I was pretty much addicted from there after reading that. And after reading It End With Us, that's the very first book. No, that was not the very first book I read. The very first book I read was Silent Patient. I was on Instagram one day and I was wondering what kind of books to read, and just some entertaining books to read for fun instead of for health or mental health. Instead of reading self-help books, I wanted to just read something for fun, and I went out and purchased The Silent Patient. After I finished reading that, I hopped on this is right when I realized Book Talk was a thing, and I hopped on Book Talk to see what books was everybody, I can't even talk today, what books were everybody recommending, and It End With Us was one of those. So I went out and got It End With Us. I got Ugly Love, and I think that was the only two books that I read. And once I read those two, I think within that next day I went about like 15 to 20 books in one day. Like crazy insane. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and dive right into this. Now, this book is in Atlas and Lily point of view, and of course it got Ryle in it. Of course it has him and his mental health issues, but I believe I'm going to do a spoiler free, and then at the very end I'll do a spoiler review of it for you guys. Excuse me, I cannot talk today, guys. My back tooth hurts, so yeah. But we're gonna go dive into this. Okay, I just finished chapter 1, and It Start With Us begins exactly where It End With Us ended. And something happened at Atlas restaurant, and he was talking about how him and Lily had just ran back into each other or whatever, and he was afraid that she may or may not text him, or some stuff. Sewing. I'm not going to go into much of details because I want this to be as spoiler free as possible. But for some reason I thought that Atlas and, I don't know why I thought this. I don't know. I just figured they would end up together at the end of It Ended With Us. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just want to be an Atlas fan so bad because Ryle was not it. He was very much not it for me. But I'm going to continue to read and I'll let you guys know. I despise Ryle. Mainly because of all the things he put Lily through. And I really feel bad for her. Although she's a fictional character, I feel bad for her mainly because for you to have to continue to deal with your abuser is crazy. And it feels like she has to really walk on eggshells with him because she's afraid of what he might do to her. And I really feel bad for her because I wouldn't want anyone to have to experience something like that. And being that she have a child with him, and she really spared him is what I can say. She really spared him a lot because she could have really called the police on him when he did that. She really could have took it to the court and got sole custody of her child. She could have done a lot of things, but she chose not to, just so he wouldn't lose his career. And Rao is an asshole. And I feel like, okay, I'm at the point in this book where Lily finally said something to him about her privacy. Like, she needed her privacy. And he just, the way he responded to that really just bothered my spirit, because of all people, you should understand. Like, you should understand. Like in her last book, before she asked, and like it ended with us, before she asked him for a divorce, when she was like, what if someone did to our daughter what you're doing to me, how would you feel about that? And I feel like he should understand. Like, he really, I despise Rouse. I really despise Rouse. And it just, I really despise Rouse. It's the next day, guys, and I was sitting here reading, and I just hate Rouse. Like, Rouse. I just hate him, mainly because I feel like, and this, it's not even just about the fiction of the book, it's like real life situations. I hate when people feel like, oh, because I did you wrong, you're obligated to allow me to correct my mistake, to show you that I'm a better person. And that is, I don't think that's how it works. I don't have to continue to allow access to myself for you to feel better about what you did to me. And that's how I feel about Lily. Like, I feel like she's struggling with the idea of understanding that, okay, Rao did me wrong. I don't have to be considerate of his feelings. I don't have to care about how he feels if I start dating Atlas. I don't have to care about none of that. Like, that's not my business. Like, you messed up. I didn't mess up. You messed up. So I should be able to proceed with my life as I see fit. And you should understand, you should know that I won't bring anyone around us that will put our daughter in danger. And that is just crazy to me, how he tried to manipulate her into thinking like, oh, you overreacted when you called for a divorce. It wasn't, he's trying to downplay the situation, like, basically, by asking her, what are we doing here? Like, sir, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm moving on. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm moving on. And it's just like, I feel so bad for her that she has to go through stuff like that with him. But I'm gonna continue reading, and I just had to voice my opinion on that. I'm on page 163, and I'm going to finish this up and come back and give you guys my final review on this book. Alright guys, it's later in the day, and I've just finished reading It Start With Us, and I feel like it's no hidden secret or anything that I dislike Ralph, because I think I've been saying it throughout the whole video that I dislike Ralph. But this book was pretty good. It gave us the closure that we needed, and I know most people may not want to read this book or have mixed opinions on this book because they was okay with the ending of It End With Us, and I was okay with the ending of It Ended With Us as well. But it's kind of like a big epilogue novel. It's not as big as Some Kind of Perfect, but it's an epilogue novel to me, basically. And I really enjoyed this book, mainly because I got to watch Lily growth. I got to watch her stand up for herself, and I got to watch her and Atlas get their happily ever after like they deserve. And they introduced 2 other characters in this book that was superior to me. Like, it's just something about it. I love this book, and if I had to rate this book, I'd give it a 4 out of 5 because it had Reich in it. Raul, whatever his name is, the person we does not speak of, it had him in it, so that's why I get a 4 out of 5 for me. But it was a really good book. At some point it was slow, and when I first seen that they had the Dear Ellen back in, I rolled my eyes a little bit because the text, I just let me see, can I find a snippet of how the text was, how small the text is. Like, look at it, look at, can you see how tiny that is compared to the regular text? Like, I was just like, girl, I'm gonna go blind. Not that I ain't already halfway there, but god dog. But I did enjoy the book, and if you want to see how life is after the ending of It End With Us, I suggest you read this book. If you don't care, then don't waste your money. But it's a pretty good book, and I really did enjoy it. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. If you enjoyed today's video, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.